Dragon of Icespire Peak. Woodland Manse. Woodland Manse is balanced for characters of 5th or 6th level, though characters of 3rd or 4th level can survive the challenges of this quest if they rest between encounters. Location overview. Many years ago, a half-elf wizard interested in the exploration of ancient elven ruins built a stone house in Neverwinter Wood, not far from several ruins that piqued her interest. In the course of her explorations, the wizard disappears, and the protective magical wards on her home expired. The home fell into disrepair, then eventually to ruin. Ivy has all but engulfed it in the years since. Recently, a half-orc anchorite of Talos named Granok took over the ruined house and planted seeds in the bottom of its well. From these seeds, a malignant tree grew to fill the well and began spawning evil plant monsters called blights, as described in the blight sector of this chapter. The blights obey Granok, who uses them to defend his woodland manse and kill trespassers within the forest. Quest goals. To complete the Woodland Manse quest, the adventurers must eradicate the evil dwelling in and around the manse. Their reward awaits them at Falcon's Hunting Lodge. Arrival. Characters who come here from Falcon's Hunting Lodge arrive from the west. Those coming from the Circle of Thunder arrive from the north. Woodland Manse features. The manse is a dilapidated stone villa, enveloped in ivy. Its common features are described here. Ceilings. Ceilings on the ground floor are 8 feet high and flat. Second floor ceilings are 15 feet high and peaked, with wooden rafters crossing below them at a height of 10 feet. Doors. Normal doors are made of wood. They are so rotted as to be soft and easily breakable, with no ability check required. Secret doors are made of stone and blend in with the surrounding walls. A secret door can be found by a character who searches the surrounding wall and succeeds on a DC 10 Wisdom Perception check. Ivy. The ivy enveloping the manse is poisonous and makes the walls difficult to climb. Scaling a wall requires a successful DC 15 Strength Athletics check. A character that comes in contact with the ivy must succeed on a DC 12 Constitution saving throw or take 2 or 1d4 poison damage. Light. Most locations on the ground floor are dark, as the ivy blocks out the natural light except in areas that are open to the sky, such as the courtyard, or that have openings through which sunlight or moonlight can enter. Rooms and halls on the upper level are dimly lit by natural light that filters through holes in the roof. Windows. Windows are 2.5 foot wide, 5 foot high apertures with wooden shutters but no glass. Those along the outside walls are covered with ivy, which must be cleared away before the shutters can be opened or closed. Describe this location to the players as the following. Following a trail through the woods, you come to a foggy clearing in the midst of which stands a crumbling 2-story manse, all but hidden beneath thorny ivy. The large house is set atop 6 foot high stone foundations. The main entrance has a balcony over it. Pumpkins grow wild in patches around the manse, with several wild boars feeding among them. The boars snort with contempt as you draw near. The trail heading north off the map leads to the Circle of Thunder. The trail heading west leads to Falcon's Hunting Lodge. Woodland Manse locations. The following locations are keyed to the map of the Woodland Manse. Area W1. Pumpkin patches. 9 boars graze in the pumpkin patches, 1 per patch. Of these, 6 are actual boars. The other 3 are anchorites of Talos in boar form. The anchorites ignore the characters until they try to leave, as described in Leaving the Manse. If the characters attack a boar, it flees on its turn by darting into the nearby woods. If the characters attack an anchorite, all the boars and anchorites retaliate. If you need to determine whether a boar is an anchorite or not, roll a d6. On a 5 or 6, the boar is an anchorite in disguise. Pumpkins. A detect magic spell reveals a dim aura of transmutation magic around each pumpkin. As an action, a character can carve open a pumpkin to reveal 6 servings of seeds within. Any character that eats a serving of pumpkin seeds as an action regains 1 hit point. If a character eats more than 5 servings of pumpkin seeds in 1 hour, it must succeed on a DC 12 Constitution saving throw or be poisoned for 1d4 hours. Area W2, Portico and Balcony. Describe the main entrance of the manse as follows. Stone steps climb a portico with a stone balcony overhanging it at a height of 10 feet. Vines wrap around the balcony's support pillars and its crumbling stone railing. The ground floor entrance features a double door with a giant boar's head crudely carved into it. An unmarred double door stands closed on the balcony. A character can climb up to the balcony with a successful DC 15 Strength Athletics check. If another character assists, the check is made with advantage. Both sets of double doors are free of ivy and safe to open. Area W3, Downstairs Hall. This undecorated hall features a creaky and molten wooden staircase. Trap stairs. The staircase climbs 10 feet to Area W14. Its upper half has been weakened to the extent that it collapses under 50 pounds or more of weight. A creature on the collapsing stairs must make a DC 15 dexterity saving throw to avoid falling on a bed of wooden spikes planted underneath the staircase. On a failed save, the creature lands on 1d6 wooden spikes, each one dealing 1d6 piercing damage. Area W4, Parlor. The door to this parlor has been smashed to bits. The room is strewn with broken furniture, the remains of chairs, side tables, and a wine cabinet. A mouldy circular rug covers most of the stone floor. Area W5, Dining Room. The walls are covered with crude drawings in blood that depict boars chasing stick figure humanoids. A fireplace dominates the south side of the room, and a smashed wooden dining table lies in a heap in the eastern half of the room, surrounded by 6 broken chairs. If the characters met the shape-change anchorite of Talos on the way to the logger's camp, and let it get away as described in a boring encounter, small twig figures rest on the mantelpiece, one representing each party member, including sidekick. These are twig blights that attack if they are touched or harmed. Treasure. Amid the ruined furnishings is a tarnished silver candelabrum worth 25 gold pieces. Area W6, Kitchen. Nature has run roughshod over this kitchen, whose furnishings are wholly decayed. The outside door was broken down years ago, and rats have chewed holes in the bottom of the door leading to the pantry in Area W7. Area W7, Pantry. Much of the roof above this chamber has collapsed, leaving debris scattered across the floor. Birds have made nests in the wooden shelves that line the north and south walls. Rats long ago devoured anything they could reach, and all other foodstuffs have rotted away. Area W8, Courtyard. Describe this area to the players as follows. Stone steps lead down to a flagstoned courtyard that has a pillared arcade to the east. 7 windows on the upper level overlook the courtyard, in the middle of which is a 5-foot wide stone well with a thick vine erupting from it. If the orcs in Area W18 have not been dealt with, add the following. Guttural snorts and yells erupt from the southeast corner of the manse, signaling the presence of orcs nearby. Characters who can understand the orc language can overhear the orcs planning some sort of attack. Golfus Tree. The well, which is 30 feet deep, contains a golfus tree, the roots of which extend deep underground. With little room to spread out, the tree has grown into a malformed column of twisted wood with narrow gaps between its curling branches. Hidden in the shaft are a number of vine blights. 1 blight plus 1 additional blight for each member of the party, not including sidekicks, with a maximum of 5 blights. The blights form a descending column with the closest one 5 feet below the mouth's well. With their blind sense, they can sense intruders in the courtyard. However, they emerge to attack only when they or the golfus tree take any damage, or when Granok, as described in Area W10, commands them to do so. Once the blights are out of the shaft, a medium or smaller creature can climb down it, slipping between the branches with ease, with no ability check required. The Golthus tree is a huge plant with blood for sap. It has an armor class of 15 with 250 hit points, vulnerability to fire damage, and no actions, reactions, or defenses. Like an ordinary tree, it's immobile. Unless it's completely uprooted, however, it regrows from its roots even if reduced to 0 hit points, regaining 1 hit point every 24 hours. On any night when the moon is blood red, the Golthus can spawn 2d6 twig blights, 1d6 needle blights, or 1d4 vine blights. These blights split from the tree and then crawl out of the well, ready to do Granok's bidding. Sounding the alarm. Any loud noise in the courtyard alerts the creatures in Area W10 and Area W18. Roll initiative for these creatures and the vine blights in the well, and have them react as follows. Granok and the twig blights in Area W10 investigate immediately. On their first turn they enter the courtyard, whereupon Granok commands the vine blights to emerge from the well. Granok and the blights then use their action to attack their nearest foes. The orcs in Area W18 use their first turn to drop down into Area W9. They barge through the door and join the battle on their second turn. Area W9, Apprentices Room. Describe this area as follows. This room was once a bedchamber, kitchen and dining room rolled into one. 4 beds stand along the southern wall, with shuttered windows and nightstands between them. Against the west wall are 4 wardrobes and a cabinet full of plain dishware and cutlery. 4 chairs surround a small table in the northeast corner, and a trestle table strewn with pots and cooking utensils stands near a blackened fireplace. All the furnishings are made of wood. The ceiling in the southwest corner of the room has collapsed, filling the area below with debris and leaving a jagged hole through which the room above is visible. The wizard who built the manse had 4 apprentices. When it became clear that the wizard wasn't coming back, the apprentices pillaged the library in Area W11 and fled, taking their personal belongings with them. Any loud noise in this area alerts the orcs in Area W18. On their first turn, they drop down the hole in the ceiling. On the following turn, they attack. Adventurers can move tall furniture underneath the hole and climb up to reach Area W18 without having to make an ability check. Area W10, the Wizard's Laboratory. The door on the east side of this room has been smashed down, but any light from the courtyard isn't enough to illuminate the room. Characters with dark vision or a light source see the following. What used to be some sort of laboratory lies in ruins, its furnishings broken and heaped against the walls. In the middle of the room, painted on the floor with mud, is a 10-foot wide symbol depicting 3 lightning bolts joined at their tips. Any character who succeeds on a DC 15 Intelligence Religion check recognizes the symbol as that of Talos, the evil god of storms. A cleric with the Tempest domain succeeds on the check automatically. If the characters manage to get this far without alerting Granok, they catch him performing a ritual. Where the lightning bolts converge, a half-orc wearing hide armor performs an eerie dance while consuming the entrails of a dead possum. Standing around the half-orc are several small twig figures. The half-orc, Granok, is an anchorite of Talos. Under his command are a number of twig blights, 3 blights for each character in the party, not including sidekicks. Characters who watch Granok without alerting or interrupting him can determine that he's performing a ritual with a successful DC 15 Intelligence Religion check. Granok hopes Talos will answer his prayers and rain destruction upon Falcon's hunting lodge. Any interruption by the characters spoil the ritual and incur Granok's wrath. Map. Granok has a map scrawled on the torn-off flap of a leather satchel. It shows Neverwinter Wood and marks the location of the Circle of Thunder. Area W11, the library. This area extends through both floors of the house. Describe it to the players as follows. This room has a 10-foot high wooden balcony forming its upper level, reached by a wooden spiral staircase curling down into the flagstone floor. Tall empty bookcases line the walls, their shelves mostly bowed and broken. On the lower level, east of 2 pillars, are 4 old desks with chairs tucked behind them. A few mouldy books are scattered about. Secret door. One of the bookcases on the balcony conceals a secret door to area W12. Tugging on the bookcase causes it and the secret door to swing open. Treasure. The books found here are old texts written in Elvish that describe long-lost elven kingdoms and civilizations. They are too damaged to be worth anything. Additionally, one desk has a small book tucked under one of its back legs to level it off. This book is titled Elvish Idioms, and its pages have been cut out to conceal a tiny leather packet containing dust of disappearance. If the characters find the packet and identify the dust, give the players the Dust of Disappearance card, or they can reference it in the magic items listing. Area W12. The Master Bedroom. A 4-poster bed stands between 2 shuttered windows against the west wall. Other furnishings include a desk and chair against the north wall, and an empty wardrobe against the east wall. A fireplace built into the south wall features an elegantly carved mantelpiece. Treasure. A detect magic spell reveals an aura of conjuration magic emanating from the fireplace mantle. Any characters who search and succeeds on a DC 10 Wisdom Perception check discovers that the mantelpiece is actually a lid containing a long hidden compartment. The wizard who built the manse hid her staff of bird calls here. If the characters obtain and identify the staff, give the players the Staff of Bird Calls card, or they can reference it in the magic items listing. Area W13, Magic Item Vault. This room has been sealed for years behind its secret door. When the characters open the secret door, describe the room's features as follows. Hanging on a hook on the far wall is a handsome cloak that billows softly as the door opens. Against the north wall sits a wooden chair with tiny clawed feet. The chest weighs 30 pounds and is magically locked. A knock spell unlocks it, or the chest can be smashed open. It's a small object with an armor class of 15 and 20 hit points, and immunity to poison and psychic damage. Treasure. The garment hanging on the hook is a cloak of billowing, and the chest contains an immovable rod wrapped in a black cloth. If the characters acquire and identify these magic items, give the players the Cloak of Billowing and immovable rod cards, or they can reference them in the magic items listing. Area W14, Upstairs Hall. Describe this area to the players as follows. The walls of this L-shaped hall are lined with closed doors and shuttered windows. Between them are hooks where decorations once hung. A fireplace along one wall has a large insectoid head mounted above it. Natural light enters through a hole in the roof in the east end of the hall. The floor beneath the collapsed roof is strewn with debris. The wooden staircase that leads downstairs is trapped as described in Area W3. The head mounted above the fireplace is that of an ant-cake. The hallway leading to Area W12 is dark. Sturges hang from the rafters here. 3 Sturges per party member, not including sidekicks, to a maximum of 12 Sturges. The hungry Sturges attack any warm-blooded creature that enters the area. Area W15, Bathroom. This room has a conical roof and an open window to the north, through which ivy grows. A cast iron tub with clawed feet stands in the middle of the room. Next to the tub is a rusty iron water pump that still works, drawing water from a hot spring under the house. Area W16, Slanted Rooftop. Sections of this wood-shingled roof have collapsed into Area W7, leaving gaping holes. The westernmost 15-foot square section of the roof collapses if 50 pounds or more of weight are placed on it. Any creature standing on this section of the roof when it collapses must succeed on a DC 10 dexterity saving throw or fall into Area W7 below, taking 3 or 1d6 bludgeoning damage on impact. Area W17, Upper Arcade. This corridor is enclosed by 2 double doors and 4 open windows. Characters can easily sidestep the ivy growing through the windows to the east. If the orcs in Area W18 haven't been dispatched yet, the characters hear their raucous talk through the southern double door. Area W18, Guest Room. This room has been claimed by hostile orcs in league with Granok. 4 orcs are here, plus 1 additional orc for each party member, not including sidekicks. The orcs are sharpening their weapons with anticipation for an attack on Falcon's hunting lodge. The orcs have destroyed this room's once fine furnishings, leaving nothing of value. A hole in the southwest corner of the floor leads to area W9 below. Leaving the manse. When the characters finish exploring the manse, they are attacked as they make their exit. The attacking force consists of any anchorites of Talos and boars in area W1 that were not previously killed or forced to flee. In addition, needle blights emerge from the woods to join the battle, 2 blights for each character in the party, not including sidekicks. Counterattack. The day after the characters attack the manse, dark clouds settle over Neverwinter Wood as the anchorites of Talos stage a counterattack against Falcon's hunting lodge. Gorthok the Thunderboar smashes through the log's palisade, allowing 20 orcs to storm the lodge. If the characters aren't present when the lodge is attacked, Falcon and his servants flee on Falcon's riding horse and make their way to Phandalin, surrendering the lodge to the orcs.